my other coach named Coach Kenny. That's really the coach that was beating it in the guy's head that was older than me, like stay out the streets. I remember him like jacking the, one of the fighters up and crying while he doing it, like crying to him, like telling him like stay out the streets. And he wound up getting killed probably like I want to say 6 months to a year later. So it was just different stuff. Me saying, the outside of boxing, inside of boxing, and just basically focusing up. I was always the kid that I might lose focus, but when it's time to really bite down, I know how to bite down and shut everything off. As I was, continuing to fight, it was like I was doing it out of love, like the love I had for the sport. It wasn't like where I can become or things like that. I just loved the gym. I love my coaches. I love the other kids that was in there. So I really was so much loving. I was so much in love with the sport. Then I got a little older and saying that I can make money out of it. I can actually make a big career out of it. So that's when it started getting like a job, and that's when I started taking it more serious because I know that, if I was, took it more serious, then I can, become big, And another thing that, the guys that was coming before me, I was seeing like in the gym, it was my coach telling them like, make sure y'all stay out the streets and things like that. So I was seeing like both sides, guys that was in the streets and, my coaches yelling at them, telling them to stay out the streets and them getting killed, you know. And one of them was my coach's son, who started me off. So I knew like if I had 1 feet in the streets, then and 1 street in boxing, it wouldn't been good, So my main focus was to stay focused in the gym, so I wouldn't be able to don't gotta worry about the street. Everybody needs somebody, even people that's think they tough and things like that. Everybody needs somebody. I feel as though once you have guidance in life, you need guidance in life. Period. You can't just live off of yourself or going off of what you think was best for you. You always gotta have an opinion. Have people in your corner that's showing you the ropes inside and outside. That's what I had. I had people that was older than me that was telling me like, stay focused. You could become as big as you want, and that was my coach. My coach, no matter what was going on, my coach will always tell me, you could be big as you want. All you gotta do is just stay in the gym, stay focused, and it's gonna work out. And I seen both sides. I seen my coach yell at guys and tell them stay out the streets, and then I seen myself where so he telling me what to do and stay in the gym. And we're here now. So I just think that the kids, oh, not kids, just people in period that's want to be something in life need guidance. That's all. Balance in life. So if I know if I'm inside the gym, and I'm focused on one thing, the outside of the world can, it's hard for me to get in trouble if I'm going to the gym, constantly each and every day. It got a little harder when I was getting older and I was exposed to a lot of stuff, So once you get older, but me, when it was always time to go to the gym, I was in the gym. I caught on early because I think because me winning so many tournaments and me traveling, my mindset was bigger than the average, person that was a kid that was coming up in Baltimore City. So I seen a lot of things. I seen like going to different cities. I used to love the fly, to go to different cities to fight and things like that. And I seen the bigger picture. So my mind was more than Baltimore. I could be bigger than the city. Not bigger than the city, but I could be big. I could be able to move myself from the city west, so I don't have to look over my shoulder, 24/7. So I knew like if I stay focused in the gym and things like that, and I can be able to feed my family and feed my team. So that was the main focus. As I got older, when it was probably about like to 7 I want to say like the 14, I was just doing it because I loved it. You couldn't pay me to stay out the gym. Back home, I wasn't really. I wasn't brought up off of love and things like that. I wasn't brought up off of like having two mom. I mean, both of my parents in my household. I was raised by my grandmother, and at a certain period of time, she started leaving the house. So I was basically raised by raising myself till I got to the gym. So then my coach took over. So it was so much of me just loving the sport, and being around other kids that I was just happy to be able to box. So I was always humble. I would just, even now, I be humble, because that's who I am. I just love the sport. My coach always told me that drilled in my head, it doesn't matter what's going on. If you believe that you can do something, then you could do it. Like no matter what. I don't care if it seems like it's too far away. If you keep driving to be that in life, whatever you want to be, then you could be it. And I think that's not just for my daughter, but just people coming behind me. That's what made me. That's what my coach drilled in my head. Like no matter what's going on, I don't care if it seems like it's impossible. That if 10 people telling you you can't do it, all you need is yourself to believe in yourself and continue to work towards that goal, and you definitely gonna get it. It may not be now. It may not be in a week, nor a year, but you can get there once you stay focused. It was a lot of guys that couldn't stay focused. They needed the money now. Me, I wasn't worrying about the money. I was just worrying about the sport. I started worrying about the money when I got older. As far as it was time that I was getting older. I need money. But as far as like in the sport coming up, I just loved the sport. My that was my life. I used to run from school, didn't even go home. I used to go straight to the gym. I was beating the people that opened up the gym there. I was there waiting on. I was sleeping in front of the gym. Beating them there, and I remember it's a daycare right next door to the gym. So the people from the daycare used to call the police on me, like, "We got a junkie there sleeping in front of our premises," and things like that. And the whole time was me. It was just me. Just I knew in the future that it was bigger than me. It was bigger than just my coaches and things like that. We can, no matter what, we can get bigger and bigger. As far as you know, um, being a champion, things like that. I love the sport. I love everything that came with it. Even, I was so much love in love with the sport that it was time that I used to get in trouble in the gym and they had to take it away from me. Like far as other fighters, when it was time, like if they got in trouble in school, they had to spar, like they had to fight other kids. Me, they'd take the whole gym away from me. That was my punishment.